What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. Okay, well, I got an idea in my mind and I figure I'd run with it. So what we've got here, we've got a motorcycle parade. And rather than it just being a large group of motorcycles, like if you live in the US at least, you may see 30, 50, or 100 of them go by at a time, all pretty similar designs. But to be a parade, you got to have a float. And I made a float. I used that new Lego motorcycle. I think it's like 15 bucks here in the US. This one here. And I made a little float for it, just using a bunch of the extra gold pieces that I found on the pick-a-brick wall. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. A little close-up, so if you want to try to build your own, maybe copy it and make a half a dozen of them and make a parade for whatever you want to do. It'll give you some kind of starting point. Anyway, let's look at the motorcycles. This is most of the motorcycles I have, but it's not all of them. I know I'm missing probably half a dozen of the older ones. Let me show you a little closer up which ones I'm talking about. So as we get closer, there we go. The older ones like that style, or the black one there. So we got our two different styles of motorcycles in the front. Looks like we got our pizza delivery guy. I think this one came in one of those Lego magazines. I just wanted it because it was a pizza delivery guy. We got the Black Widow. Here we go. There's one of the old ones, even with the little windshield piece. Should have put a headlight on that, I guess. So yeah, all different shapes and sizes. We got the one with the sidecar with the Captain America. Some Ninjago stuff. I kind of saved all the stunts for the back of the pack. Oh, how'd those two scooters get in there? That one green scooter, that comes with the new Jazz Club as your pizza delivery guy. Huh. Well, at the very least, I left out the electric scooters. I mean, there is at least a breaking point there. I'll put the scooters in, but not the little electric scooter. All right, let's take a look at the other ones. I used my little custom John Deere tractor, and one of the reasons I used it as opposed to a larger one was, well, space. He kind of blends in a little bit more, and the hitch is really low to the ground. It's really hard to see that, but yeah, it's a really low hitch. Moving to the back, we got 3 of the stunts, and I've not bought any of the sets. These are all just the individual boxes that are like $8. I think I've got most all of them on sale. And then in the very back, we got our Captain America, and then our 2-pack, the Batman. There you go. That might still be available to buy, I'm not sure. It doesn't like to stay up. It seems like it takes a while to get it flat. I almost have to roll the wheels. Then you get this big thing, and it's like 2 sets of wheels. So I know, like, looking at that little tiny motorcycle that, you know, 80s design, even 90s design, to something like this, I mean, geez. The minifigs are moving on up in the world. Man, like now just the scooters are even bigger than the motorcycles. There's one of the old police ones. Wow. At least the stunts, they're not that far off from a size difference, but I don't know. I'm partial to the old ones. I grew up with that design. The other design I do like is the pizza delivery guy and then the police one in the very front. I like those. There's a bird's eye view from the top of the Daily Bugle. looking down on it. That's kind of a neat shot. But yeah, I think those two, the pizza guy and then that police one, those are probably my favorite designs, most realistic, at least to me. I'm not a motorcycle guy myself, but I figured this would be a nice little break from it. Get rid of all the cars, which are now just a jumbled mess. Don't look that way, that that doesn't exist. But I wanted to get these out and try to get them on there. The little float idea, I've been thinking about it for a while. It could definitely be used for dozens of other things. So you might see a few more parades randomly come through. I know I did one parade, if you watched my stuff before in the past. I did a Christmas parade. I didn't have any floats, I just had a bunch of stuff in the parade. Motorcycles, cars, any kind of the... Oh, I did have a bunch of the Nutcracker guys walking in a band and stuff like that. So we'll see what we come up with in the future. Got several ideas. Cars, tractors, I don't know. I don't want to give too much away. But plenty of, I have 3 or 4 or 5 ideas that we might use in the next few months or years coming up, just to change it up a little bit. Modulars look great along that line. No other progress on the city really, or the farm. Kind of just did this. My pile of monorail pieces for when I do get around to that, which, who knows. At some point, stop procrastinating and get it done. I know that's what you're telling me. But we're having some fun right now. I'll probably put some of these guys back away just because I've had them out for a while and some of them have some dust on them. So I kind of got them all out just for this. But let's take a look at that float before we take off. Okay, here's our float. You can see our motorcycle. He sits there pretty good. That exhaust kind of just holds it up, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of a indentation on the inside. So it sits there. I think that works out perfect, at least for this shape and the style. I do have that other Lego Technic motorcycle that came out, I want to say last year. It was around $12, $13, and I parted it out, which is why I just didn't build it and put it in here, because I didn't want to find all the parts again. So I just bought this one, and that's what we'll use it for. It stands up on its own. If you guys haven't seen this, we do have a little bit of wheels. No chain or anything like some of the other motorcycles that are out there. But yeah, some interesting wheels too. I might think about trying to figure out a use for those. So let's look at this. So yes, it does turn. We have some articulation in the front. That way if we need to make a turn, we can. Doesn't back up that great. It could just be the operator. Gold pieces. Putting the ones on the bottom, I think, really adds to it. And you can see it really just adds like a lot of fringe, and it really softens the edges. Take a look around the back. I found these gold chains and these little decorative pieces on the pick-a-brick wall around Christmas time. All that gold stuff. So let's take a look at the underside, which is hideous. Like I said. So that moves. It's on a little turntable. Nothing special. You can't see the wheels. You can't see any of it from the top. So why waste good parts when even at this level you can't see anything? So you can see how low the hitch has to be to make that work, and that wasn't by design. This is my own little custom tractor. If you haven't seen this, my little John Deere 1025. It's got enough power to pull this. Yeah, no reason why it wouldn't have enough power to pull that, especially through a flat city street. Anyway, that's the video, guys. Hopefully you liked it. I know it's a little different. Yeah, give me some ideas. I'm just trying to think of some random stuff to do. I got all these extra sets that I'm never really going to use, and they may not fit in my city right now. So I'll just get them out and have a use for them. All right. I guess we'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.